the number one reason why long-distance relationships fail. That's our topic today. And this is a tough one if you are in a long-distance relationship, but very important if you're considering one to listen up here. Before we get started, subscribe and don't forget to hit that red alert bell so you are alerted when all my videos come out and you can hear them and take part by commenting below. I love your comments and I want to answer them whenever they are related to the topic of the video. Today's topic, much more topical than we would think. There are at any given time 14 to 15 million people in long-distance relationships. Now, the majority of those are college relationships. That makes sense, right? Two people are together, maybe they even meet in college and one person changes schools or what have you. A lot of people are in long-distance relationships in college. But we're going to talk about people who are not in college and are in long-distance relationships or considering a long-distance relationships and what you want to think about. And I say to think long and hard before getting into a long-distance relationship. And if you are presented with the issue of possibly one or the other of you moving, what you need to do for the chance of that relationship going the distance. Let's get into it. So, why is it that 40% of all long-distance couples end in a breakup? And this is whether people are even married and in long-distance relationships, but mostly it is for people who are in long-distance relationships longer than 14 months without the man having committed. There is a lot out there about why they do not work. I propose that one of the main reasons is the puppy principle, which is in my book, Why Won't He Commit? How a Man Decides to Make You the One. It is profound in how the man needs to make a decision to commit to you. And if he does, prior to one or the other of you moving, your relationship can go the distance and you can be part of the 60% whereby long distance does work. Here's the foundational principle, that the man commits by making a decision, and then, because a man lives by his decision, he will live up to the relationship. Otherwise, when a man has not made a formal commitment, he is not bonded to you in the way that you are to him, because you have bonded through time and sex. So that means time away from you, he is around all the other pretty puppies. And when a man is around all the other pretty puppies, meaning pretty women, women of all ages, sizes, shapes, colors, everything in between, he loves something about all of them. And when his puppy, or you in this instance, are away from him at a long distance, he then enjoys being around the other pretty puppies, and it's very, very hard if he's not bonded to you from having made a decision to commit prior to you moving long distance. So, ergo the topic of this. The number one reason why long distance relationship fails is because of the man not having made a decision prior to the long distance having come about. So if you are with someone now and you are faced with the possibility of a long distance relationship, what do you need to do? You need to make a decision. And when you have made that decision, that will help the man decide if you are the one and whether or not he can commit prior to making the move. Because if he commits formally prior to making the move, you have a shot at long distance going the distance. So how do you do that? How do you, okay, you've made that decision, he's the one, and you feel it, but what do you do? Well, that's my Lure Him In program. It's very simple, it's value-based. It's showing the man what you have decided, and there is a part of telling him, but it is a program whereby you can do very simple steps if you commit to them, and it has the man making a decision. If you have been in a relationship whereby you know, but really it needs to be a year or more, and after that year or more, you know that this is to go the distance, then it's very, very important for you to do this. If it's been less than a year and you are considering long distance, you may still need to do this, because if not, the chances of your relationship going the distance are not good. And I dare say that the 14 to 15 million, and typically in 14 months, 40% of those are not going to be in their relationship. Those aren't odds you really want. So it's up to you. And that's a good thing, because when you know that you have that power and control over your love life, it helps you. And then via your decisions, you can help your man make a decision. And that is going to bode well for you. So if you have comments about this, or you're interested in my Lure Him In program, which will help you guide the man to your knowing what it is that you have decided. This is, again, in a value-based, loving, simple, respectful to him way of relating what you know, and what you need. Then he can make a decision. And if he makes the decision not to continue a relationship long distance, well, then you have just saved yourself a lot of heartbreak and a lot of long anguish, meaning maybe 14 months. And that's what I'm all about, because I believe women are love in the world. We deserve love in the world, and we deserve to get the relationships that we desire. So when you follow this simple approach of Lure Him In, if you're in a long distance relationship, you have the chance of going the distance. That's what I want for you. Don't forget, comment below. Check out my podcast, Make Him Wonder, and I will also see you here on my next video. Let me know any topic that you are interested in. You can let me know on Instagram, DM me there, leave a comment here. You can even connect with me on Facebook, Paula Grooms. So don't forget, leave a comment here, connect with me. We'll be talking soon.